Melton. Rowe. Festerson is absent. Goodwin. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for opening remarks by Councilmember Don Rowe.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may have, please be seated. Well, clearly we're in the dog days of summer. This last week has been a tough week to be in Nebraska, but you know, the ancient Greeks and the Romans, they tried to look to the stars to figure out, you know, why did things happen. And so there's a bright star called Sirius that is part of a constellation that looks like a howling dog. And Sirius, from the first part of July until about the middle part of August, co-rises and kind of co-sets with the sun. So they believed that the heat generated in this time period was because of that star. And I don't know if that's right or not. Honestly, all I know is it's hot. And it really gives me a great appreciation for the men and women that are willing to work out in that heat every day. You know, our roads continue to need to be repaired. Our parks need to be maintained. You know, our police are out there patrolling the street, and firefighters are responding to emergencies. And we really do appreciate the work that they do. And it reminds me, you know, we come to work on Tuesdays. We're not working out in 95-degree heat, but we are expected to be here. Our constituents expect us to be here to do the work. And it's something that we signed up for. I had a good friend, Rich Pauls, who was a former city council member from District 5, who also served in the state legislature and was an administrator at Millard Public Schools. And I quote, "Let's get to work."
An affidavit of publication is on file, and a current copy of the Open Meeting Act is posted in a white binder on the east wall of legislative chambers.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this meeting of the Omaha City Council. As a courtesy to those in attendance and to facilitate the conduct of our business, we ask you to please silence or turn off all electronic devices. A reminder that you will have 3 minutes to speak on an agenda item. Please stay on topic. If you would like your comments entered into the public record, you can email the city clerk's office at cityclerk@cityofomaha.org. Council members receive these emails and read them. Finally, council members may ask members of the audience back up for clarifying questions, but not for extra time to speak. We now have a special proclamation from Councilmember Harding to be read for Miss Deb Ward. Brinker?
Deb, I didn't need you to come on up. I promise this isn't a roast, so most of the comments are nice. Whereas Deborah Ward brought her skill and talent as an award-winning broadcast journalist to Omaha in 2007, joining the organization as the Director of Marketing and Communications before being promoted to Vice President of Marketing and Communications in 2017, and then appointed to Executive Director in 2021. And whereas Deb's distinguished tenure brought focus and heart to telling Omaha's story while building and mentoring an award-winning team, demonstrating exceptional leadership, vision, and unwavering commitment to promoting the city as a premier destination for conventions, tourisms, and special events. And whereas Deb developed and launched award-winning advertising and marketing campaigns for the Bob Carey Pedestrian Bridge and its beloved resident ambassador, Omar the Troll, as well as tourism campaigns targeting convention planners in nearby cities, which resulted in a 25% increase in the 2019 levels of visitation. And whereas, under Deb's leadership, Visit Omaha secured millions of dollars in relief to Omaha hotels during the pandemic, a 10-year funding agreement between the city and Douglas County, multiple multi-year sporting event contracts bringing in teams and visitors nationwide, and numerous local partnerships to ensure the success of tourism throughout the city. And whereas Deb passionately showcased the unique charm, hospitality, and world-class attractions Omaha has to offer, tirelessly advocating for the community with professionalism and enthusiasm to elevate Omaha's reputation and profile in surrounding metropolitan areas. And whereas the impact of Deb's tenure with Visit Omaha will benefit the community for years to come, and she will be profoundly missed by her colleagues, partners, and everyone who shared the pleasure of working alongside her. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City of Omaha recognizes and celebrates the retirement of Deborah Ward as Executive Director of Visit Omaha, and officially designate Thursday, your last day of employment, July 31st, 2025, as Deb Ward Day in Omaha, Nebraska.
We should use that in a campaign.
Hold on, I'm
to
not
get all
done.
those
Hey,
visitors.
I'm not done yet. In witness whereof, we have set our hands and caused the official seal of the City of Omaha to be affixed on this 29th day of July, 2025. Deb, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll let you have the microphone for a little bit, but you won't be the last to get it.
He went over 3 minutes. That thing went on forever. Thank
We
you.
easily could have cut some of that out.
Yeah, Jasmine probably wouldn't let you. Good job, Jazz. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I'm not going to say too many words because I'll start crying, but she knows it's true. I started thinking this morning that I have covered this chamber and all of you as a journalist or from my seat in city government as an employee for 44 years. I'm older than the carpet, I think. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably time to retire. But thank you to my work family who's here, Jasmine and Dean, and thank you to my real family who's here. I'll introduce them, but I introduce, if you like Joe, he's my husband. If you don't like Joe, he's just a guy I cook for. My youngest daughter, Addie, who's crying for me. My oldest daughter, Samantha, her husband, Danny, and my favorite little boy in the whole wide world, Ryan. Ryan, can you wave? No. He's like, nope, I'm embarrassed. But anyway, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. For all of the tough questions, you made us better. And for all of your support, thank you so much.
You bet. Anyone else? Or you? Hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't go. Stay there.
Councilmember Melton, you're recognized.
Thank you for everything you've done. I can't believe, well, you don't look like you've been covering us for 44 years, so I need to know what your secrets are for that, because
Hair dye. Lots of hair.
I just want to, it's been such a pleasure to work with you for the last 12 years. It really has, and I never held Joe against you.
Thank
you. Know, but you've done so much for Omaha. And being on the committee for a number of years, I mean, actually, that was the one committee meeting I really, really looked forward to, because you always had something new or exciting that you were doing with ideas, and it never stopped. You had one good idea, but then once that was over, you were always working on the next. And then trying to make our city look, it's such a great place, and I think you marketed it well, and the numbers showed it. Even for COVID numbers, we succeeded and did better than most other cities. And I think that was because of your hard work and the hard work of your team. Really, we appreciate it. I'm going to miss you, but you've left your mark on this city for decades to come. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
To me.
Thank you. Please, Councilmember Harding, you're recognized.
I was going to say one other thing. One thing that wasn't mentioned in here that I mean, it talked a lot about some of your creative ideas like Omar the troll, but one I think I got to work on with you, which I thought was absolutely incredible, was when we'd have the swim trials here.
Oh, yeah.
And Deb came up with this idea before we filled in Jean Leahy Mall and had the lagoon in there, came up with an idea to build these floats that replicated, like they looked like swimmers swimming in the lagoon during the trials period. But I mean, her creativity and just kind of the how she worked with her staff and every one of us at the city, I think is something that I know we're going to miss, but I know she's always been a strong believer in building her bench, and she leaves behind an incredible staff that will pick up the staff and carry it forward. So thank you again.
That swimmer's idea was because I saw you on a Facebook post with a swimming cap on.
Well, you didn't
and I
need
went,
to
is
say
he a
that.
swimmer? Hold on a minute. Yeah. And so you helped us get those high school kids to pose for the swimmers
That's
in the
another
lagoon.
story. Yeah, that was-
Thanks,
Does your
Councilman.
family want to say anything?
I don't think so. Do you want to say anything? How much? You will? Okay.
As your daughter's coming, I'll quickly say, Deb, there was a great broadcaster, Brent Musburger, when he was watching a Celtic game when the great Boston Celtic Larry Bird was playing, and Bird made a great play, and he said, "You are watching what greatness is all about." And to your family, we had the privilege, I did for 4 years of working with your wife and your mother. We had the privilege of greatness representing the city and making the city a better place. So Deb, thank you, and the floor is yours.
My oldest daughter, Samantha Duez.
My mom mentioned covering the courthouse and being a reporter. And actually, what's funny is I work in the public defender's office for Tom Riley. And she's one of the reasons that I was introduced to Tom and probably got that job, honestly, was because she covered Tom in one of the 6-week trials that he had back in the 90s? 80s. The 80s. One thing I will say about my mom is now that I have a child of my own, I can see how hard it is to be a full-time working mother and also raise children. She had 2, and I only have 1, and it's pretty tough. So I'm really glad that she gets to retire and enjoy time with my grandson and doing whatever that she wants to do. Thank you guys for doing this for her.
Thank you.
Don't ask any hard questions.
I'll echo Samantha's thank you. It's been amazing to watch Deb for these last 19 years with the city of Omaha. And as you mentioned, Councilman Harding, she spent 25 years as one of the city's finest journalists. And both those jobs pale in comparison to her role as wife, mother, and now grandmother. She's one of a kind. I love you, Deb.
I am so proud of my mom and everything else she gives me.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Candy left over for me up there.
Yes.
Item 6, to consider a Class C liquor license for Down Under Lounge located at 3530 Leavenworth Street.
I'll open the public hearing on item number 6. Is the applicant here today? Yes. Please come down.
Good afternoon. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon. Your name and address, please.
Bradley Miller, 111 North 38th Avenue.
Thanks, Mr. Miller. Good to see you here today. Are there any other proponents here today? Seeing none, are there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. This is in my district, and you and I had a good conversation. I know you didn't make the meeting last week, but you were apologetic and schedule got messed up. But glad you're here today. You want to just talk briefly about your taking over for Mr. Nozzle?
I'm at a loss for words suddenly, which if you knew me is weird. I am really happy to be taking over. I think this business has done a lot for the community in the way of its support of the arts, local music, traveling bands, and I'm pleased with the challenge to continue trying to uphold what it has established and take it a little more into the future. I'm not really sure what else to say.
And you've worked there for a couple of years already,
I have,
correct?
yes.
Did he give an address? Okay. And also, have you talked, you and I had spoken about outdoor music. You're well aware that there was some prior issues that were addressed with the Leavenworth Neighborhood Association. If we're going to have outdoor music, how are you going to continue to monitor that?
As it is now, when we have indoor music, periodically throughout the evening when we have bands, we go outside and do sound monitoring just to see the what level that we're affecting things from the inside out. As it goes on in the future with outdoor, I would limit how late we go into the evening so that we're not disturbing our neighbors. I understand, having been a neighbor of loud places before in my life, I would rather not be annoyed by people taking advantage. And so any outdoor shows I would go, I would limit how late they go just so that I could be the best neighbor that I could be.
And I appreciate that because I know you learned that from a couple of years ago when we had those issues. It was addressed, and I'm confident you're going to meet with the neighborhood association as well, the Leavenworth Neighborhood Association.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, great. And last thing, what are the hours going to be?
We're going to be from 3 in the afternoon until 2 a.m.
Okay.
7 days a week.
And music outside, what time does that stop?
As it happens, I would probably only go until about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
No plans for anything in the immediate future. This would all be down the road.
Did I do opponents already? Okay, thank you. I don't have any further questions. Any further lights? Seeing none. Motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Goodwin.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Again, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Item 7, to consider a Class C liquor license for a Talus located at 17231, 17233, 17235 Evans Plaza.
I'll open the public hearing on item number 7. I believe the applicant is here by Zoom. Good afternoon.
Correct.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can. Your name and address are you a proponent, I suppose?
I am. My name is Molly Miller. I work for Adams and Sullivan, and we represent Talus LLC.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here today on item number 7? Seeing none, are there any opponents? No opponents. Councilmember Melton, you're recognized.
Good to see you, Molly. So I often go to the Talus over in Sarpy County off 370. So is this the same restaurant? You're just opening one here in Omaha?
I believe the goal is to duplicate the success that we've seen in Papillion. Yes.
It's a fabulous restaurant. So I'm looking forward to going to the new one here in Omaha. So thanks so much,
Good.
Molly.
Public hearing is closed. Is there any motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Melton. Yes. Rowe. Goodwin. Yes. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Yes. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 8, to consider a Class I liquor license for Tasty Non Kitchen and Bar located at 2112 North 30th Street, Suite 201.
I will open the public hearing on item number 8. Are you here for the proponent?
Yeah, my name is Hui-Chun.
What's your address?
The address at 4828 North 160 Avenue, Omaha, Nebraska, 60116.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any other proponents here today on item number 8? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Councilmember Goodwin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sir, can you tell us a little bit about your establishment, please?
So actually, I'm from California. So I'm moving here just a year. So when I come here, so I'm looking at an opportunity to open a restaurant. So we serve food, and we have right now we apply for the drink as well. So this is gonna boost our income as well. Does it help a lot? Yeah.
And what type of food do you serve? I'm curious. What type of cuisine will you serve?
So we really it's gonna fusion Vietnamese cuisine.
Okay, thank you. No further questions. Motion to approve. There are no.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton.
Thank you.
Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Item 9, to consider a Class D liquor license for NYC Deli and Liquor located at 4004 Ames Avenue.
I will open the public hearing on item number 9. Is the applicant here today? David, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the council. David Houghton, 2804 South 87th Ave, here on behalf of the applicant, 4004 Ames LLC, which will be doing business as NYC Deli and Liquor, which is located at 404 Ames Avenue. I'd just like to bring to the attention of the council that the issue that we have with this application is in fact within 150 feet of a church. We had a survey done, and I think it's at 147 feet. So in the application materials, you'll find a waiver from the church, Freestone Baptist Church, and I'd like, and I should have done this earlier, but hand out a letter of support from the pastor of that church for the business. The hours of operation for the business are going to be 8 to 10 Sunday through Thursday and 8 to 11 on Friday and Saturday. In addition to convenience store items, the business will be serving fresh fruit and vegetables, staple grocery items, milk, eggs, cheese, juice, etc. And they're going to have a couple of prepared food options there. What they plan on doing is having a full New York style deli. In addition, right now they're in negotiations to try to obtain a license to do chicken, or a franchise to do chicken as well in that location. And they're going to have a smoothie and juice bar. If you have any questions about the business, my client, Tarika Lee, who is the main member of the business, is here to answer any questions you might have, but I'd entertain any questions the council may have as well.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here on item number 9? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Councilmember Goodwin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. If the owner and his representative could approach the stand. I appreciate that you were here pre-council and gave me the opportunity to learn more about this project. Can you tell me what percentage is going to be prepared foods and grocery items compared to the alcohol that's being sold?
Good afternoon. Usually liquor items, hopefully it's 15 to 20%. We're shooting for our food section to be at least 40% of our sales. And the rest would be like groceries and beverages.
Okay, thank you. We did see your letter of support from the Freedom Primitive Baptist Church, as well as there did come a letter of opposition. And I just think that there are a few things that when businesses come into the heart of District 2 that people should understand, that there are concerns that there is an overconcentration of liquor stores. I one time heard of a developer accurately describe parts of this district as vulnerable. And I think that sometimes it's about not only perception, but what's visible. Sometimes people will say, well, there aren't any more liquor stores in District 2 than there are, in District 4. But sometimes it's the visibility of oftentimes vagrancy, oftentimes just things that contribute to what might appear to be an overall problem in the district. And so how do you plan to address loitering around your establishment.
Yeah, it is a big concern, and if we notice it's going to be an issue, we work, looking to have security on the premise to try to control any issues that will come up in the future.
Okay, thank you. And also, I don't know if this would be a proposed amendment, but I know the last entity within this area that we did approve a liquor license, we at least recommended the amendment that shooters would not be sold in this establishment or in that establishment. And so I'd like to propose that for this license as well. I think that's just equitable because it was proposed for a store down the street. Would that be something that you'd be willing to agree to?
Yeah, we're willing to agree to it.
Okay, thank you. It is good to see that there's amenities tied to this project, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a liquor store. You're really bringing an amenity back to the community. You know, this was Payless Shoe Store before it was a church. And so the fact that it's serving prepared food, juice bar, other grocery items brings a service back to the community. And so I think that's where I would recommend to approve this with the appropriate amendment. I don't know how we need to do that with the council, but that's my recommendation.
Madam Clerk, please.
Yep, I think the amendment you're looking for is no single sales of beer and no sales of distilled spirits of 1.7 ounces or less, which are the airplane shooters.
Yes, that's what I'd be looking for.
Also, David, can we get your client's name and address, please?
Tariq Ali, 5432 B Street, Omaha, 68106.
Thank you. Sorry, Councilmember Goodwin, continue.
Oh, I didn't have any further questions. I would recommend to approve this license with the amendment that Elisa just mentioned.
I second the amendment.
So we got a motion and a second on the amendment of 1.7 ounces or less. Roll call then.
Okay.
Are we good on the amendment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we got a roll call on the amendment. I'm sorry. Do you guys agree to that ask of Councilmember Goodwin?
I think we would stipulate to that. I just want to clarify, as I understand it, they're 50 milliliter shooters is what we're talking about.
And single cans of beer.
No, last time. The last amendment we did was the 1.7 ounces or less.
And that covers the shooters?
Yes, that's the airplane shooters.
Okay. To be equitable then to that.
I'm just for my own edification of my clients, is that the same unit as a 50 milliliter unit?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
But David, did you hear, she also added on the single can of beer. So
Is that amenable?
which,
I mean, the only comment I guess we'd have is we spoke about it a little bit before. It's important that every business that enter the marketplace, at least in our view, has the ability to compete with the other businesses around it. And frankly, the other businesses around it are allowed to sell single serving beers and malt beverages. We would absolutely stipulate to the shooters. And if I take it to mean that it won't happen unless we agree to it, I just want to make a record of the fact that nearly every other business in the city of Omaha with a Class D license is able to sell those products.
So to be clear, I do want to recommend the amendment that was similar to our previous liquor license on Ames Street. So, and it was simply the shooters, just to be clear.
My recollection is that it was beer and shooters.
Oh, so it was beer and shooters? Yeah, and so this is what you have in this area, to be clear, is many of the churches are, and although you did have the support of the churches near, you have an entire alliance of churches that understand the vulnerability of this community. So when they see an entity that's new come in and it looks as if it's just going to be a liquor store, then their concerns have to be heard as well. And so I don't believe this will prohibit business. And if it was the same amendment that we allowed about 2 weeks ago, then that's what I'd ask. And I do want to be consistent as a new council person representing this district, that we have that kind of consistency across the board. I think what's going to make this success is the fact that there's prepared food, that there's groceries, that there's a juice bar. I mean, I'm excited to even try it. And so with that consistency, that's what I'd like to recommend. Do you agree to that?
Yeah, it's fine.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we would stipulate to that. Thank you.
And I really think what you're going to find is that the community is going to be more welcoming of that. And the fact that you've already started off with a recommendation and support of a nearby church in this agreement. Now I have something to go back to the community and championing your success as well. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Councilmember.
So I would like to recommend first the amendment. Is that what I need to do?
I'm just going to read the amendment once again. So
Okay.
it's no single sales of beer and no sales of distilled spirits of 1.7 ounces or less. Airplane shooters.
Yes. So I'd like to recommend the amendment.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Councilmember Hug, you're recognized.
In my opinion, the awkward position your client is in is being 147 feet within the limitation. And I think that's significantly different than the previous license that's been referred to. So that being said, I just want to hear you confirm to me that your client is comfortable not selling single beers and the small liquor shooters.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. No further lights. So this is on the amendment, correct? Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Rowe.
Yes.
Goodwin.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
And we need it as amended.
Then as amended.
We need a motion.
Okay. And we have a second. Thanks, everybody. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
Item 10, a resolution to approve the preliminary plat for Peace Ridge Replat 1 located northeast of 204th and Harney Streets. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
I will open the public hearing on item number 10. Applicant, good afternoon.
Hi, my name is Ben Drews. I'm at 10836 Old Mill Road. I'm with Thompson, Dreesen, and Dorner here on behalf of the applicant and here to answer any questions.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here today? Item number 10. Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion
Thank you.
passed 6-0.
Thank you.
Item 11, a resolution to approve the preliminary plat for Omaha North Stadium YMCA located southwest of 34th Avenue and Ames Avenue. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
I will open the public hearing on item number 11. The applicant, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Jack Suter. Address is 1601 Dodge Street with McGrath North Law Firm. I'm here on behalf of the applicant, New Street Properties. New Street Properties is the developer of Project Game On, which includes a state-of-the-art football stadium for North High and a state-of-the-art new YMCA in replacement of the Butler Gast YMCA. We are extremely excited about what this project is going to bring to the North Omaha community. It is entirely funded by private donors and will not require the use of any eminent domain. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here today on item number 11? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Councilmember Goodwin, you are recognized.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good
Sutter.
afternoon.
Is it Sutter or Suter?
Suter.
Okay, thank you. Do you have a rendering to show?
We do. Is this projector working?
Straight
right
up.
here?
Push your arm
Okay.
up.
Got it.
So I'm excited for several reasons. Disappointed because this isn't a Central Eagles project, but other than that,
They have a nice stadium.
yeah, we got ours first. But anyway, my daughter helped to conceptualize this project when she was at Omaha North and with other students in their engineering program. So to see now it moving forward in that, you've got students that now are in their careers that can come back and speak to the genesis of what their ideation was for this project is important. I know one of the stops years ago for this project is that they didn't want to displace any homes. And so the fact that the reconfiguring happened to allow for that to be mitigated is important. But can you tell us a little more about the project? It looks beautiful.
Yeah, so it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility. There's actually going to be a performance track around it too. It's not going to be a full-size competition track, but the students can train there for track and field as well. There's going to be some other sports teams that can use it as like soccer. And yeah, we're extremely excited for the partnership between the Y and North Omaha and what it's going to bring to the community.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As I talked to one of your partners at McGrath North a few weeks ago, one of the things that I really wanted to encourage is if there's any way, even through volunteerism, that, the team, and I know it's multi-layered, that will work on this project can look to help support the neighborhoods around it, even if it's planting trees or, litter control and beautification. Oftentimes, projects like this come in and they're great for the immediate area, but there's not always that uplift, even on a basic level, of the surrounding neighborhoods. And so I look forward to talking to that team at large about how we can work together to ensure that the surrounding neighborhoods see a little bit of an uplift to, even if it's just a vacant lot cleaned up or a fence repaired, because I think that helps people to feel like they're a part of the progress too.
Right, yeah, we can absolutely take that into consideration. And with it being right on the Ames corridor, I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, it's sitting adjacent to several neighborhoods, so appreciate
Awesome.
that. I have motion to approve.
Second. Motion and a second. No further
Thank you.
lights.
Great.
Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Hug.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Items 12 through 14 can be considered together for South Farm Replat 4, located southwest of 144th and Pacific Streets. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Item 12 is an ordinance to approve a major amendment to the Mixed-Use District Development Agreement. Item 13, a resolution to approve the final plat. Item 14, a resolution to approve the subdivision agreement.
I will open the public hearing on items 12 through 14. The applicant, good afternoon.
Hello, I'm Jamie Heidemann, commercial real estate broker at CBRE, 11213 Davenport, 68154, here on behalf of the applicant and a proponent.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Right here. Thank you. Okay, right here. And your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah. My name is Ann Kotros, K-O-T-R.
Ma'am, we're on items,
12.
this is on item 12?
12.
Okay.
Oh, no. Is it? No. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right, it's 15. I'm
That's
so
okay.
sorry.
Just stand by. You're just fine. Is there any,
Suspense.
so is there any opponents for items 12 through 14 here today? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 15, an ordinance to rezone property located at 5108 Reed Street from R2 District to R4 District. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend denial of request for rezoning to R5, but approval of request to rezoning to R4.
The public hearing is now open on item number 15. Is there any proponents here today? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
Good, thanks.
Freddie Ellis. I'm on 2196 Parker Circle, Omaha, Nebraska. Here just to have this rezone to R4, subdividing the land and want to build 2 homes on this property.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here today on item number 15? Seeing none, opponents, please.
And, oh, thank you. My name's Ann Kotros, K-O-T-R-O-U-S, and I live at 7107 North 52nd Street. And honestly, the only reason I know about this is because I live within 300 feet of the property, so I got an automatic notice. So I just wanted to give you guys a kind of a feel for the neighborhood. Right now, we have Houses for Humanity going up to the east of us, and also in the future to the north of us. We used to have a totally enclosed neighborhood with 2 entrances and exits, both on Mormon Bridge Road. Already there's been access to one of these new neighborhoods, and we've already seen increased traffic, lots of heavy machinery already, and fast traffic. So anyway, I just wanted to give you some pictures of what our houses look like. They're, nice old ranches. Page 1 is Peggy and Tom's house. They walk their dogs twice a day. Page 2 is actually Diane's house. There, she's my neighbor, next door neighbor. Page 3 is my house. You can see it's, large lots, nice houses. Page 4 is actually kind of, well, it's my empty property. It was a spare lot. When I first bought my house at 29, the homeowners thought that they offered me this property so I could roll it in with the mortgage. They did not, so it was up for sale separately. The plan was exactly that, to split it into 2 properties, 60 feet wide, and put 2 houses on it. It would have absolutely killed the look of our street. It would have killed our housing, our property values. The last page is a shot of the north side of my property. That tree next to the house, it's about 5 feet away from her house. It looks like it's about 10, but it's not. So if you think about how wide that would be, she would have had a house almost directly next to her. Anyway, I thank you for your time, but I hope you don't split these houses or split this property into 2, because it's like you said, I feel like our neighborhood is already vulnerable, and I think this is just going to add to it. So anyway, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there any other opponents here today? Good afternoon.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Tunstall, 7176 North 51st Street. I live right next door to that property. By him putting 2 properties on there, he'll put them right on top of me. So it's like, I just want the peace. It was nice, the trees and everything, but to have 2 and the traffic there, to me, it'll become more congested. And it's a slight hill to get to the corner, and then from the corner to get up to the hill to get to Mormon Bridge Road, it's a hill. You have all of that. And if I could show you, the property, that's it prior to this. Okay, this is a property now. That's the property now. I was the one that kept it, the first picture. I always kept that lot cut. I don't know, because it's my neighborhood. I wanted to, to represent. And like now, it's going to sort of crap. But, and still, with 2 properties there, it will put both of them, or the properties itself, on top of me. And I'm like north of the property, right north of it. So, and I can show you my property. And this is my property there. And that's the way the whole thing would look. And I still kept all of that clean the way it is. So, and I feel that, I don't know, putting 2 there would really push up on me, you know, so, and that's all I have.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Is there any other opponents here today?
Larry Storr, 5015 Lafayette Avenue, Omaha, 68132. I'm against this, as I was a similar type thing last week on this changing the district. You have a single property, maybe it's 2 vacant lots in this case, that you want to make high density for the former mayor, planning department's concept of density for Omaha. Well, my area in Dundee, this has happened too, and what it does is bring in 4 cars to each small property, college students or whatever. More parking for the residents that have been there for a long time that is now gone. 4 unrelated people, or 5 or 6 or whatever you want for density. I think you need to be more open with the people about this. It's not a whole district, but because you call it a district, this will allow you in this area or my street to bring in more people to the existing small houses, to put 4, 5, and 6 people in there. It doesn't say family. It can be unrelated people. College students all over Dundee now, sharing one small property. This is what it brings. So maybe it's time to stop the high density thing for single properties. Go ahead and build your big multi-rise apartments with TIF financing and leave us that have the small properties, single family residences alone. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other opponents here on item number 15? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Councilmember Goodwin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Ellis, please, are you the property owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So do you have a rendering of this project, or can you tell us a little more about what you're planning here?
Yes, I do. So let me just pull up some images. I just kind of downloaded some things on my phone. Kind of went through the same issue before, explained my stance before. Just building 2 single-family homes. So I've been back and forth in communication with like PJ Butler from the city and Michael Carter as well. They told me basically the lot is facing Reed Street along this area right now. They suggested turning it this way to go on 51st Street. There's like 4 houses on that side of the street right there. So it's a pretty quiet neighborhood overall, which is good. I know she brought up Habitat for Humanity and that nature, but this is something I'm building on my own as a spec home. I have my own business, so it's nothing to do with Habitat, but I do want to, provide homes that aren't outrageous for the community. But with that being said, it's not like Habitat for Humanity or anything like that. Here's pretty much the site plan for the 2 homes that would be on there. And then here's an image of like what the homes look like. So there'd be single family ranch style homes, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath upstairs, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath upstairs, 2 bedrooms downstairs, 1 bath. And that's pretty much my project.
Thank you for that. Will they be for sale or for rent?
They'll be for sale.
Okay. So one of the neighbors mentioned that the property's no longer being kept, or at least he showed a picture of that. Have you been maintaining it regularly?
So after my first hearing, I did receive a letter in the mail that the property was overgrown. I had purchased the property, I want to say back in like March or April, and I hadn't had a chance to do any maintenance to it at all. And so I had them come out after I received the letter in the mail from the city, had it cut down, and I actually had my guy coming back out this week to do maintenance on it. And while it's still in the process of being subdivided, I plan on keeping it up, and I am going to have to knock out some trees on the property. My goal is to try to keep as much up as possible so that they can have that divider and that separation so they don't have to worry about, looking at two homes when they do go up. So I'm trying to be as respectful to the neighbors as possible as far as like leaving as much vegetation up as possible, as far as like trees when I do build, and just making sure that everything goes in accordance to plans.
Mr. Ellis, have you talked to the neighbors about these plans? Have they seen the renderings?
I have not had a chance to talk to any of the neighbors directly. I did speak to one neighbor when I was over there looking at the lot one day, and I told her, because she called me over and said, hey, what's going on with the lot? And I told her, I purchased the lot, and this is what we were going to do with it. And she was kind of in denial about it. And I told her, this is what I plan on doing, separating, subdividing, and you can't do that. You can't do that in this neighborhood. And I'm just like, okay, I just go my own separate route, because as you've seen, not to knock anybody or anything, second time people have come down for this. And like I said, I'm just an individual business owner just trying to make a living. So
This is my first time hearing about this project, whether it be proponent or opponent.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But what I'm hearing is concerned neighbors about how the property's been maintained since there's been acquisition, and the fact they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And perhaps with some of those steps being mitigated, you might have more agreement.
I'm unsure. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to speak out of turn.
Right. I'm simply recommending that
Okay.
because they're reasonable concerns. A property that you were maintaining out of volunteerism, and now someone buys it, it's overgrown, you have to get a letter. So then the property owner's thinking, is this my future? I've lived here for decades, and now is this going to be an eyesore? So these things are better. You could maybe mitigate that if you come in and talk to the neighbors and they understand what you're trying to do, and then there's regular upkeep. I know there are other lights, but I'm going to recommend a layover. And this is my first time hearing this, because I don't really have a side other than what I'm hearing, and that the neighbors have some reasonable concerns. And I think that if it's not mitigated now, then there are going to be continued concerns that could be handled up front.
I understand that, and to your point, and as I stated before, I have somebody coming out to maintain the property. The guy that I was using, his mower was down, and so he's going to be on a more consistent basis, coming through like bi-weekly at least, to go check on the property and make sure that the grass is maintained. My plan is to, like I said, build. And so as far as like the overgrown vegetation and things of that nature, it wouldn't last long, because I would plan on building within like the next 1 to 2 months. That's why I'm here. So everything's pretty much going to be pretty much leveled out and everything, so they won't have to face any of those issues at all. As far as, me maintaining upkeeping the property, and then like even when they are in there doing construction, I make sure that all the trades are doing what they need to do.
I don't have any further questions.
Thank you.
right
There was
now.
a motion to lay it over. Councilmember Harding, you're recognized.
Thanks, Mr. Ellis. And this was actually on the planning board, so it did get, there was public comment opportunities then too. So that may have happened before you were on, so I'm not sure when exactly this was on planning board, but I'm looking at the proposed conceptual plan for the replatting of this and showing the two residences on there. You still have 25-foot setback on the rear yard, and I'm looking kind of at Bridget. What's the difference between the rear yard setback on R2 to R4? I think it's still 25 feet, is it not?
Yes, it is. The setbacks and side yards will still be the same.
So really nothing changes in that sense. Really what you're doing is, and there's the front footage as it faces 51st Street, which I think you mentioned that was a suggestion to orient it that way. It's still, it looks like to be basically, if you could pull, you had one picture up there that probably had the measurements on there better than I can come up with here, but it seems to be over 100 feet. No, you had one that had, it was actually a picture with, there you go.
That one right
Could you
there.
blow that up a little? I'm trying to look at, and then move it, there you go. So you have basically 70 feet of frontage on the lower lot, and you've got 107 feet of frontage on the upper lot, if you will, as it's oriented here. So, I mean, these are very, let's see, you even have the, I don't think you have the size of each one in there, but those are very ample sized lots, and the proposal is to put a single family residence on each one of those, correct?
Yes. Yeah, that's all I plan on doing. I know there were concerns before about me coming in and trying to build like multi-family and I'm not doing all that.
And I know you've stated that on the record too. So, and I do understand the neighbors' concerns about, I think you probably should have done a little better job of maintaining the property since you acquired it. I don't know if you thought maybe you were going to be able to get under construction prior to this point. I would suggest that you make sure that that's done as you continue on, as you continue on down this path. If it's approved today, make sure you maintain that property. But this is not out of character with really the size of some of the lots in the rest of the neighborhood. And again, I know this was there were some of these concerns addressed at the planning board. Planning board passes 6-0. I think it's a good use of the property. It's not, and to the point someone brought up earlier too about the number of cars that might be there or not, that has no bearing. The people who live in the properties in the rest of the neighborhood, that could change. They could have, I've got kids in my house, and when they're home, we have 4 cars at the house, and when they're not, it's 2 cars. So, you can never. They're public streets too. So my point is that depending on how many residents may or may not be in this house or the house across the street, it has no bearing on me, and I don't think it should have any bearing on the decision we're making today. But and I understand that the council member has made a motion to lay over for a week. I didn't hear a second on that.
I'll second it.
No, I shouldn't have brought that up.
Sorry. No, I was going to anyway, but I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if it, again, I think there's been opportunities for people to comment on this before, whether or not you've met with them. I don't, if this were zoned as it was today, and if it was zoned as it is today, and you came in and you wanted to build an 8,000-foot single-family residence on there, all you would have to do is submit the plans, and you get a building permit, and you could go on your way. The only reason you're really having to, because you have to do the rezoning to get to the point to submit plans for your 2 single-family residences, is the only reason you're here today. So, with all due respect, I don't know really what a week's layover would do. I understand the request for that. I would be more supportive of. I think he's, I think he's done his gone through the proper procedures, gotten it through planning board. It's before us today. I don't see a reason for a layover at this point.
I guess I have one more question over that. So when I came in before, I thought it was approved from the last meeting. I thought this one was like the actual rezoning where TD2 would be here, but I guess I thought it was already approved to the prior meeting.
Yeah, that was just at planning board.
Okay, that was just a planning board.
Yeah.
Okay, understandable.
So this is the next step for the final approval.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah,
It's my
it goes
first
from
time
planning
going
board
through
to
the
here.
process, so
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Okay.
Thanks. Councilmember Hug, you're recognized.
Can you go back to the plat that showed the final 2 lots?
So not this one?
No, the one that, yeah, there you go. How far is it from the driveway to the intersection?
There's
No,
25.
the other driveway.
There's 25 feet as well.
How much?
It's 70 feet from the intersection.
It's okay.
Driveway.
Oh, 70
So
feet.
it's 70 feet. Okay, we're good there. But I guess maybe Mr. Harding can help answer this question. Why couldn't he just do a lot split and do the same thing?
Well, well, I guess you could ask planning why administrative lot split wasn't done, but I think they decided, the original request from the applicant seemed to have been to rezone it to R5. That was denied at planning board, but they amended it down to R4, which then passed 6-0 at planning board. So I don't know why the original application may have been for R5. Maybe Mr. Ellis can answer that, or maybe someone suggested that was the way to go about it. But the planning department and the planning board recommended then it be R4 rather than R5. And I would assume there's probably some setback reasons for that, Bridget, maybe.
Would an administrative lot split come before us?
No.
Okay. Can you, Mr.?
But it probably required,
Bridget
it probably, yeah,
Hadley
it probably
planning.
required, I'm guessing, but it probably required, it couldn't be done administratively because of maybe the size of the lot from R2 to R4 necessitated that it be done through.
It'd still be
to be
8,900 square
rezoned to
foot
R4.
lots.
Yeah.
Comments?
I would like to ask Michael Carter. He's
Oh,
the
Mike,
current
I'm
planning
sorry,
manager
Mike
to come up, and I think he can give you the details.
Council, Mike Carter with the Planning Department. Yeah, so basically, to maybe understand sort of what happened, Mr. Ellis applied for the rezoning to R5, and then as part of our process during our review of what is being proposed, it was determined there was some information that indicated that he wanted to go to R4. So as that went forward, by the time we sort of determined that, it had already been advertised as R5. So as far as that goes, that's why you have sort of the split recommendation. So we had to make the recommendation on the R5, and then he was comfortable that what he chose to go to for the R4, and that was also acceptable. Actually, R4 and R5 would be both master plan compliant. We would have supported probably either one of them, but he had requested that it go to R4. As far as the replat, yeah, the current R2, there's probably not enough land to split it into 2 separate lots. So part of the R4 justification for the replat is to create the 2 lots and to allow that.
What would the setbacks difference be between R2 and R4?
R2, you're probably looking at like 40-foot front yards. The rear yards, I think, would be the same 25-foot, and it's a little bit wider side yards, probably 10-foot in R2 versus the 5-foot in R4.
But the only area that would make any difference is between these 2 residences.
Yes.
Because the backyard setback, where it would go up against the backyard neighbor, that 25 feet stays the same. As you mentioned, the front yard setback, again, it's 25 feet, I think, in this case for R4.
Mm-hmm.
And that would, again, that only affects these 2 residents. The 5-foot side yard setback is the only place where it would make any difference really is between the 2 the
Well,
two.
you'd have 5
and,
foot
and
on
on the north one too. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I guess the point I was trying to make, and I still think it's a valid point, is he probably could have done this with an administrative lot split and still been able to build the homes in there. Yeah, you're looking at 40 feet, but if you add it all up, I think one was 109 feet deep, the other was 110 feet deep. I think he had the depth. But I'd like the owner to come back up one more time. Thank you, sir. Just a quick question. Do you have your financing set up?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is there a start date tied to your financing?
Well, I'm waiting to have everything subdivided up, and then once that's done, I just need the lot addresses so I can move forward in the process, but I'm already approved and everything, so this is the last thing, so I can get the addresses to my lender, and then they could put that on pretty much like my application, not even my application, but for the appraisal, pretty much basically. So I'm just waiting on this to happen, and it's complete.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Goodwin, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to be clear that I understand this project's going to happen, right? And whereas maybe number of cars and things of that nature, is going to increase, and other than people driving safely, there's not a lot that's going to change there. But I do think that when neighbors express concern about overgrown lots, right, and then them not having the communication of a developer, that it's valid. So whereas one of my council members says that he doesn't believe a week would change anything, I believe it could build some goodwill. I believe that it's important for these neighbors to know what's coming into their neighborhood, that it's going to be well cared for during the process, because honestly, I heard some excuses, just to be quite frank. And also, overgrown and abandoned vacant lots is a huge issue in this district. And so when you start to see it and it seems as if it's increasing, you think, okay, what's happening to my neighborhood? And so that's all I'm saying. And I'm also asking this council not to simply hold up a project, but potentially build some goodwill among this developer and among the neighbors, and then to get their support. If you got a letter, you probably got the letter from the city. So that meant that you weren't handling business at that front. So I'm asking you to help me as a council person, but also to reach out to those neighbors. I understand the project's gonna happen, but perhaps we build some perhaps we build some goodwill if in fact the neighbors are wanting that. That's my point here. That's my point.
Yeah, and I do plan on keeping the property maintained as well. So from here on out, I'll make sure, like I said, I have my line guy. He's on standby. He'll be there this week as well. So
thank you.
Thanks, Councilmember Goodwin. Councilmember Hug, you're recognized.
I can tell you have something to say. I'm not a mind reader, but why don't you come up and I'll give you an opportunity. That I can't do that?
No.
I apologize. So what am I allowed to do? All right, disregard. I apologize. I thought I had the ability to call you up and make a comment. I appreciate it. So I apologize.
No further lights. A couple comments I'll make. I agree with Councilmember Goodwin that neighbors of goodwill, Mr. Tunstall's back there, and he took it upon himself to mow that lot because he's got pride in the neighborhood. I haven't had the privilege to meet any of the neighbors from up there, but Mr. Tunstall doesn't remember this, but 40 years ago we worked at the dish room at Creighton together, and his work ethic 40 years ago doesn't surprise me. It's carried over to the reason as a neighbor he's mowing that lot because he wants to continue to have pride in the neighborhood. So I'll be glad to vote to make a motion to lay this over for a week. Councilmember Goodwin made good remarks. She's new to the council. but she's connected to the community. And this, I think, happened in May at the planning board, so I can appreciate being a new council member, trying to get up to speed on every project that's on the agenda, especially the ones that are in your district. And I don't usually like to lay things over that have been to the planning board, but I've been on the council where I've been new, and it's for goodwill for you to reach out to those neighbors and let them know what's going on, because I think that goes a long way in having the communication and the understanding that maybe it hedges a lot of these things off. So no further lights. We got a motion to lay over for a week and a second. Roll call.
I guess, can I,
Roll
ask-
call.
Melton. Yes. Rowe. Goodwin. Yes. Harding.
No.
Hug. Yes. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 4-2. Item 16, an ordinance to approve a major amendment to PUR overlay district located at 3552 Leavenworth Street. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
I'll open the public hearing on item number 16. Is the applicant here today? Is there any proponents here today?
Hi, Paul Gargarella, Lamperneerson, 14710 West Dodge Road. I am the civil engineer on the project, here to answer any questions.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here today on item number 16? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Got a motion and a second. No lights. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
Item 17, an ordinance to approve a major amendment to PUR overlay district located at 3005 and 3006 Emmett Street. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
We'll open the public hearing on item number 17. Is the applicant here today? Good afternoon.
Hello, Mark Detliff, Earhart Griffin and Associates, 3552 Farnham Street. I'm here on behalf of the applicant to answer any questions.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents here today? Seeing none, is there any opponents on item 17? Public hearing is closed. And a motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
Consent agenda. Any member of the City Council may cause any item placed on the consent agenda to be removed. Items removed from the consent agenda shall be taken up by the City Council immediately following the consent agenda in the order in which they were removed, unless otherwise provided by the City Council Rules of Order.
The public hearings on agenda items 18 through 27 were held on July 22nd, 2025. Any council discussion? Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
The public hearings on agenda items 28 through 43 are today. If you wish to address the City Council regarding these items, please come to the microphone, indicate the agenda item number you wish to address, identify yourself by your name, address, who you represent, and if you're a proponent or opponent. I will open the public hearing. Are there any proponents on items 28 through 43? Mr. Gray, welcome.
Thank you. Mr. President, members of the council, Ben Gray, 6946 North 54th Street. I'm here on item number 43 and just to answer any questions that you all might have.
Thank you. Is there any other proponents on items 28 through 43? Matt, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Matthew Oberst, 324 North 91st Street, Omaha, Nebraska, 68114, representing items number 35, 36, and 37 for the Blackstone Business Improvement District. Here to answer any questions.
Thanks, Matt. Is there any other proponents here today? Seeing none, is there any opponents on items 28 through 43? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
28 through 43.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 44, an ordinance to amend various sections of Chapter 11, Article 2 of the Omaha Municipal Code entitled Food Inspection and Protection. A is a request from Douglas County to postpone this item, and B is an amendment of the whole.
Council discussion on item number 44. Councilmember Melton, you're recognized.
Some email exchange I had with Dr. Hughes. I agreed to make a motion to lay this over to August 19th, and the motion will be for both A and B.
Second. Got a motion and a second, so we got to vote separately on each one? No. Okay, thank you. No further lights, roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0. Items 45 and 46 can be considered together. They are resolutions to approve appointments to the North 24th Street BID.
I will open the public hearing as on items 45 and 46. Are there any proponents here today? Seeing none, is there any opponents here on items 45 and 46? Public hearing is closed. Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0. Goodwin abstains. Item 47, a resolution to approve a settlement agreement for Janiyah Meese versus City of Omaha in the total amount of $137,500.
I'll open the public hearing on item 47. Are there any proponents here today? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding.
Yes.
Hug. Mr. President.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0. Item 48, an ordinance to rescind the landmark designation of the Grand Theater located at 2920 and 2922 North 16th Street. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
I will open the public hearing on item number 48. Is there any proponents here today? Seeing none, is there any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
One public hearing can be held for items 49 and 50 for Crossroads Phase 1. These are ordinances to approve master agreements for professional services related to and for construction of parking facilities and retail buildings.
I'll open the public hearing on item number 49 and 50. Mr. Levy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the council. David Levy, Barrett Home Law Firm, 1700 Farm Street, here on behalf of Milieu LLC, which is the project entity of Woodbury Corporation, who is the redeveloper of this relevant phase of Crossroads. This is a very exciting day and a long journey here. With approval of these contracts, they can take the necessary steps to mobilize and get out there and start construction. So they and I would appreciate your approval, and I do want to thank you all for going on this journey with us and supporting this project. I know it's a complicated project and process, and we've been before you a number of times, taken a lot of your time. So thank you for that. And again, this is very exciting. This is the last step here before we see big yellow machines out there and dirt moving and things coming out of the ground. So appreciate your approval and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other proponents here? Seeing none, is there any opponents?
Larry Store, 5015 Lafayette Avenue, Omaha 68132. I'm opposed to this because I don't think there's enough transparency about it. I have a lot of citizens around Omaha that keep wanting to know, well, what the hell is going on or not going on with the Crossroads. I have to tell them I don't know because you guys do not tell us. But anybody with a sense of common sense knows that, oh my God, the cost of this project, whatever it is, has to be going up. Why hasn't there even been a shovel of dirt turned? How many years has it been sitting vacant? And we thought this garage was going to be tore down for a whole new one. Now that's changed. Maybe the other building that was former retail, maybe that's gonna be saved. It keeps changing. And obviously, the cost for it has to keep going up. And the cost of that to the taxpayer through property taxes or some other form is going to go higher and higher. So please be totally honest, and maybe the public will accept it better. Most of the public is against it.
Thank you. Is there any other opponents here today?
Yes, sir. Omaha City Council. Donnie R. Johnson, the Johnson and Question Foundation, and North Omaha Concerned Citizen Foundation, 4928 North 52nd Street. My job for the next year is to keep Mr. Harding out of trouble and to get him in the House of Representatives in Congress, and Mr. Butler to take over the West Road Mall.
Thank you. Is there any other opponents on items 49 and 50? Public hearing is closed.
Non-action items, items 51 through 75, do not require a public hearing or city council consideration at this meeting, but will be placed on a future agenda for public hearing and/or vote. The reason for non-action is noted after the item on the agenda, as well as the date the item is expected to appear on an agenda for consideration.
Motion to adjourn? Second. Got a second? Roll call.
Melton. Rowe. Goodwin. Harding. Hug. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Meeting is adjourned at 3:21.